Hello, class. I am Darian Davis, and I am very excited to share my presentation and who I interviewed and just share the insights that I gained because I feel like everything that I did a part of this project will be very, very helpful for you guys, and you'll be able to do some purposeful work with what I am going to share. So, for my leadership interview, I interviewed with Nelson University head men's basketball coach Delton Deal. An introduction to who Coach Deal is. So Coach Deal is the head coach at Nelson University and also the assistant athletic director. In his career, for college only, he has 300 wins. That's a lot of wins, 300 career wins, and he is known for developing top tier athletes and top tier teams. During his journey, he's made stops in high school and in his collegiate, he has made stops and he's been coaching for 20 years at York College and he's built winning programs at multiple levels in York. And during his stint at York, he turned them into a national contender from a team that never had a winning record before his time there. So national tournament trips, a lot of success. His leadership style, one of the main things that he talked to me about during the interview was it was a strong emphasis. Something that you heard a lot from him during the interview was relationship, relationship, relationship. He is an extremely relational coach. He's relationship driven, and he is focused more on the culture and the team, and then the development and the basketball, the hoop stuff becomes next because he values emotional intelligence in coaching. For him, it's all about camaraderie and continuity, especially since it is a team game. And some of Coach Deal's achievements with his leadership style and throughout his journey, he has multiple Coach of the Years. He's led multiple teams to conference and national tournaments, and he's developed multiple NAI All-Americans. And actually, I am actually happy to share this with guys with you. I am coming back from a game because I am the assistant coach and we just won the Sooner Athletic Conference regular season championship. So what I'm showing you guys is my piece of the net that I got to cut down. So what's crazy is after me and Coach Deal did the interview in the beginning of the week, we end the week, implementing this style and got to see it in fruition. So it's just really awesome. But that is an introduction to who Coach Deal is. The next thing I wanted to speak about was what we spoke about. Now, there was a lot of things that I wanted to cover, and from our interview, I wanted to cover each and every single one of them. So me and Coach Deal talked about his leadership in communication crisis and conflict resolution. The biggest thing I wanted to highlight first is Coach Deal, he maintains composure and provides clear instructions during adversity. Basketball is a sport, or anything that you do sports wise, you cannot be perfect. It is what it is. But being able to be himself, he spoke about being genuine and true to who he is because he's not more of a like an iron fist type. It's more of a conversation and let's collab on how we can correct things. Then he fosters unity by addressing disputes openly and fairly. And that's what I'm talking about. Something that he spoke on and that he's big on is not necessarily getting at the front of the boat and saying, row, row, row. It's more of let me jump on the boat and let's collaborate and let me row with you. And that he talked about a freedom that people get when they have a sense of ownership. Then to go along with this, he uses transparent and honest communication to gain players' confidence and trust. And this is something amazing because today, even today, in a very, very tight, high stakes situation, I got to see how, because of the communication, the guys are more connected. They understand who they are. So when you get to those tough places, you understand who is next to you. And then because it's basketball and it's sports, he adjusts strategies in real time to ensure effective leadership under high stakes. So we won our game 86-79. Obviously, it came down to the wire. We had to make split decisions, and it was just a lot of adjustments that we made, a lot of substitutions that we made to make sure that we ended up winning the game. Then something like just to really highlight what Coach Deal's style is, he is very big on family, he's very big on community. And when he's leading, it doesn't feel like one person telling everyone what to do. He tries to make it where it's a culture that everyone can feel welcomed in. Now, on this quote, it just shows, he said, the fans really set our school apart from the rest and create a basketball experience second to none. Because not only did we talk about stakeholders that are internal and within the group with like the coaches, the players, we talked about the external stakeholders like the fans and all the other people who are part of our process. Now, Throughout my research in support of Coach Deal's process, I really saw this. The main thing was effective communication and leadership is essential. You have to speak, you have to talk. It's essential for resolving conflicts and managing crises in sports because it's sports, things are going to happen. And to have the communication where you guys can talk about the problems and handle things like that, it makes all the difference. And recent studies emphasize the significance of emotional intelligence, crisis management strategies, and team communications and achieving success at a collegiate level. Especially, this is what I love what Coach Deal said. He said, especially compared to his routes where he was at high school, he spoke about how college, these are grown men. These are guys who are a little less receptive to when you're telling them to do things. But when you really connect with them, they're able to make changes and able to make the right decision, but you can still give them that push into the right direction. So what this chart shows is just how Coach Deal blends all of these things together. Now, the biggest takeaways from the interview, from the leadership lessons with Coach Deal, was one, you have to lead by example. Coach Deal highlights the importance of this by setting the tone with who he is. No matter what, whether we're winning, we're losing, things are going good, things are going bad, you have to be true to himself. That's what was very important to him. He had to be genuine in who he is. And that's what something I liked what he talked about for the beginning of his career. He said he truly struggled, not really because of the basketball stuff, but because he was trying to find out who he was. Next, effective communication. That communication is so important. And it goes from the top to the bottom. When everyone has ownership, when everyone has a voice in what you're doing, it makes them stronger. It makes them able to benefit the group and purposely add something. Then adaptability, especially as a coach. You have to be able to adapt. And this is another thing he talked about early in his career. He had to learn who he was. And then when you have a strong, solid base of who you are, then you can be able to go and add this and add that and change because at the end of the day, your foundation is rock solid. And then the most important thing, and he spoke about this in a crisis, stakeholders, when you were embracing challenges within your staff, at the end of the day, trust and respect between the coaches and the players, it enhances the performance and strengthens the team cohesion. That was one of the biggest things. Now, what I want to share with you guys is a clip.
That's cool.
Is a clip. I asked him about what do you want to leave behind? What is your legacy? And he can showing you guys the clip, you guys can hear better about how important it is for him to have that relationship and be able to make a place. For me, what you guys are going to hear is one of the biggest things is I feel like he makes it where the setting, people can come in and kind of kick their shoes off and really, really be comfortable and understand that not only do I still have ownership in this, but I am able to really, really be a part of this for not just when I'm here, but for a long time. And then that continuity just builds and it becomes something that's like a wave. So you guys, I'll let you listen in.
The status quo all the time.
Very nice. And then my final question, my final reflection would be, what legacy do you hope to leave behind at Nelson University?
I would hope that when people leave here, they felt like they got out of this place and became better people. I would hope that they feel like they're closer to God. And I would hope that they would feel like this is always a place that they're excited to come back to see me or to see us or to see new players or people they don't know. But when they walk onto this campus, that joy is what they feel and not that they come back here with like mixed emotions that I kind of liked it, but I might come back, but just like genuinely be excited to want to be here and think, man, that was some of the best times of my life. And I think if I can get kids out of that, whether we win or don't win or whatever, but when they leave here and they really look back and think about the relationships they built and the people that they became, that they think, man, I love that place and I love him and he loved me. And I think if I get those things, then I'm going to be pretty happy in my life.
Very nice. So, Coach Deal, we appreciate your time. I'm sure my class will be very, very excited to hear some of your insights, and we wish you luck with the remainder of your season.
Thank you so much.
And with that, it shows how much purpose he helps instill into his team and his unit and his organization. And to be around a leader like that on the daily, I am extremely grateful. So these are some of my academic sources I use to support Coach Deal's style. And I just want to thank you guys for joining in. And I hope that you guys can take something from the interview and use it into your work in a professional setting. So thank you again, guys.